The federal and provincial governments have declared Emancipation Day to be August 1st, 2021, and we here in Amherst are proclaiming the same. As we are now being more aware of inappropriate and unfair treatment of people in our history, slavery may be the worst example of all. It takes away all of one's personal rights and freedoms, things that we all take for granted. While today this is totally unthinkable, it was a practice that impacted millions of African lives. It's important history for our African Nova Scotia citizens. We can't change history, but by knowing our history, we gain understanding and appreciation of who we are. But more importantly, it makes us better at respecting and embracing each other, regardless of our differences. So we all should recognize and celebrate Emancipation Day and all that it represents.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Kaysa Monroe-Anderson, and I am the Deputy Minister of Communities, Culture, and Heritage, the Office of African Nova Scotian Affairs, and the Office of Acadian Affairs and Francophonie. It is my honor to join you today in Amherst for this virtual ceremony. I would like to acknowledge that we are in Mi'kma'ki, the traditional territory of the Mi'kmaq people. I would also like to acknowledge that Nova Scotia is the birthplace of African presence in Canada, as persons of African descent, one of the 4 founding groups of this province, have existed here for over 400 years. We honor and offer gratitude to our ancestors who came before us, and those who were brought unwillingly to this land. August 1st is known as Emancipation Day across the world. It is the anniversary of the date in 1834 when the British Parliament abolished slavery across its empire. This movement legislated the freedom of about 800,000 enslaved people of African descent throughout the British colonies. During the time of enslavement, more than 15 million African women, men, and children were the victims of the dehumanizing and horrific transatlantic slave trade. The legacy of slavery is directly linked to the violent experiences of anti-Black racism and other forms of intersectional discrimination experienced by people of African descent up to this present day. Therefore, the history of the institution of slavery must be shared in our efforts to work together to address anti-Black racism and all forms of racism so that all Nova Scotians can thrive. Between 1749 and 1816, approximately 10,000 people of African descent came and were brought to Nova Scotia. This included the Black Loyalists, Trelawney Maroons, refugees from the War of 1812, indentured servants, as well as enslaved people. Whether free or enslaved, all of these early groups of people of African descent in Nova Scotia had a personal, collective, and direct experience with slavery. That is why recognizing Emancipation Day in this province is so important. Slavery was a part of Nova Scotia's horrific past, which has been unspoken and overlooked for decades. This year, we are officially acknowledging that slavery also happened here. Therefore, Emancipation Day is a time of both awareness and reflection in preparation for equitable action. Although this is the first year that Nova Scotia is officially recognizing Emancipation Day, people of African descent have honored this day for decades. Today, I acknowledge these torchbearers because without their unwavering persistence and commitment to recognizing this aspect of our history, this day would not be possible. I express gratitude to the town of Amherst for helping lead the way through your acknowledgement of the significance of Emancipation Day. To African Nova Scotians and all people of African descent in Nova Scotia, your ongoing resilience, courage, and determination make Nova Scotia a better place for our future generations. I offer heartfelt appreciation to and for you. And to everyone joining us today, thank you for your presence with us. Collectively, through continued learning, shared understanding, and deliberately inclusive actions, we will achieve the best Nova Scotia for African Nova Scotians and all people. I invite you to participate in the numerous Emancipation Day community activities taking place during the month of August. Please visit the African Nova Scotian Affairs webpage at ansa.novascotia.ca for more information. Everyone is welcome. Thank you for this opportunity to recognize Emancipation Day with you, and please stay safe.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun, let us march on till victory is won. Stony the road we trod, bitter the chastening rod, felt in the days when hope unborn had died, yet with a steady beat have not our weary feet come to the place for which our fathers sighed. We have come over a way that with tears has been watered. We have come treading our path through the blood of the slaughtered. God, from the gloomy past till now we stand at last, where the white gleam of a bright star is cast. God of our weary years, God of our silent tears, Thou who hast brought us thus far on the way, Thou who hast by Thy might led us into the light, keep us forever in the path, we pray. Lest our feet stray from the places, our God, where we met Thee, lest our hearts, drunk with the wine of the world, we forget Thee. Shadow beneath Thy hand, may we land. Shadow beneath thy hand, may we forever stand. True to our God, true to our native land.
Hi, my name is Melina, and I'm going to speak to you a little bit on Emancipation Day, followed by a reading of a poem. Emancipation Day is a day to commemorate the Slave Abolition Act, which freed over 800,000 slaves of African descent. These people were not slaves. They were mothers and daughters, fathers and sons, brothers and sisters. They were people that could become teachers, doctors, and nurses, as well as other professions. Most importantly, they were people with potential. Humans like you and I, taken away from their family, forced into slavery, and made slaves. Now I'm going to read to you a poem by CHARLISE. It's called Freedom Walk. Freedom. They say we'll never get it. I believe when people hear the colored side of the story, injustice anywhere is an insult to justice everywhere. They chant and throw objects, but I am not giving up. I feel like I could walk all night for freedom. Cops yell and block the roads and order people to go back. Groups of Caucasians chant in our faces, hold up signs, but all I can say is, keep walking.
Hello everyone, my name is Mohamed Andre Diranto. I'm from Guinea-Conakry, West Africa. I have been living in Canada 13 years. I love to share my culture to everyone. And we live here in Halifax with my wife, and we have our company called WONTANARA Drum and Dance. Today we're going to learn something about Africa dance and drum. But before we start, I'm going to start with dance, a little bit demonstration. And after demonstration dance, I'm going to show you guys a little bit about the drum music. Thank you, enjoy. Thank you. Merci beaucoup. Hello, bonjour again. Salut, hi. Hello, salut tout le monde. How are you, everyone? Okay, it's me again, Mohamed Andre Dirato from West Africa. Today, we're going to learn about drum and music. This is called dundun. Dundun is made by wood and cow skin. My wife can show you guys, and she can talk a little bit about. Yeah, I just finished dance. Okay.
Hi everybody, my name is Marielle, and yeah, so like Mohammed says, we have a company called WONTANARA Drum and Dance, and so drum and dance. So you saw some dance, now we're going to show you some drumming. So we've got the dunduns here. It's a family of 3. So we've got the dundun ba, which is the biggest one, like this guy, dundun ba, and sangban, which is like this size, and then a kenkeni over here, the little one is the smallest one. So dundun, sangban, kenkeni.
Yeah.
And those are the bass drums that you play with sticks, and it has the cow hide on top. So let's listen to the dunduns. And Mohammed, what are you going to play?
I'm going to play this called Gembe. Gembe is long time before we have a cell phone in Africa. This was our cell phone. If something happening in the village, we had to play this and everyone come together to know what's happening. Okay, I'm going to show you a little bit of music called Makuru. Makuru is a happiness dance and full moon dance, like an African lion dance. Huh? Okay. Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much. Okay. Last one is called balafon. Balafon is for storytelling people. And I will play this for queen and king in the village. Long time. But now we can play it with a group because it's very important in Africa. Okay? I'm going to show you how to play balafon and dundun together. I'm going to play some music called Yankadi. Yankadi is like a full moon dance sim. Ok, Maria, on va jouer Yankadi, ok? Aha. Okay, that was our presentation today, and thank you very much. I hope you enjoy.
Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed. And again, we're WONTANARA Drum and Dance from Halifax.
Yes.
Thank you all.
Welcome to the first annual virtual Emancipation Day in Amherst, Nova Scotia. I wish to acknowledge that as treaty people, we are all sitting on unceded lands of the Mi'kmaq people. And today, as every day, we pay homage to the great nations in this country. Emancipation Day, August 1st, 2021, is so named as a result of the struggle against colonization, and it marks a day that enslavement of persons of African descent were deemed an illegal activity. This important expression of Black identity comes with a history of Canada and enslavement between 1671 and 1834. Historically speaking, the abolition of enslavement only applied to children under age of 6 in 1834. All others were reassigned as apprentices without pay for 4 years. This was a form of compensation for colonizers who were no longer permitted to benefit from the unpaid work, in other words, reparation. At this time, 6 members of a Canadian Parliament were actively participating in the ownership of enslaved Africans, and Cumberland County was no exception. Enslaved Africans were here in Fort Cumberland, Fort Lawrence, Beaubassin area, and in addition to other parts of Cumberland County. Enslaved Blacks were bought and sold here in our community. These people are not forgotten, and their stories are not lost. The legacy must be captured, written, and retold. Enslavement represents the denial of the opportunity to exercise inherent dignity. This day ought to confirm that individuals are born free, and that is an inalienable right. No person can grant freedom. People in government can only prevent a person from exercising the rights and opportunities afforded by freedom. Today shows that this limit on freedom cannot be based on the social construct of race. Our ancestors were never safe in their identity. Today we must create an environment that is respectful of the inherent dignity of all people, including those of African descent, as myself. Learning the real history, understanding the real trauma, and creating that respectful society which we are all so deserving is the message that I wish to leave with you today. Thank you.